All right, welcome, guys. How are you guys? How's everyone doing? 12 o'clock, Las Vegas time, 3 o'clock, New York City time, 8 p.m., UK, 9 p.m., Nigeria Standard Time. Welcome, guys. Where are you guys watching from? Let me know in the chat. Welcome to today's live podcast. I'm not going to spend too much time because I'm still recovering from yesterday, Christmas Day. But yes, did you guys see this coming? Did you see this military strike coming? I didn't. I heard it on social media, saw it on social media, just like everyone else. Trump, Tinubu, US military Christmas Day strikes in Sokoto and some parts of northern Nigeria. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions, but before I do that, let me read to you a truth post from President Donald Trump. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Rich. I'm the founder of Embericat Ventures, US Nigeria investment platforms. Welcome. You can check us out at embericat.com. Thank you for your eyes, your viewership. I appreciate you. I'm based in Las Vegas, Nevada, United States. For those who didn't catch yesterday's podcast with Kate, my Niger wife, Kate, check it out when you're done with this session. We spent about an hour and a half talking to Nigerians all over the world. We had some fun. We covered a lot of off-topic things, just general, cultural, current affairs, topical information. So we covered. We had a lot of fun. So make sure you check that out when you're done with this. So I'm sitting in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's where I'm domiciled. I was born in Nigeria, moved to the United States at age 12, and I've been living in the US on and off since. I'm 47 years old, going on 48 next June. So welcome to my live. We just crossed 19,000 subscribers. We are approaching 19,150. My goal, we have 4 days left. My goal is to get the channel to over 20,000 subscribers by January 1st, 2026. So please like, share, and subscribe. But let's get into this truth post by Donald Trump. The timestamp on this is around 2 p.m. He's in DC, right? Yeah. No. He's in Mar-a-Lago. He's in Florida. So 2 p.m. Florida time is probably what time in Nigeria? Maybe 8 p.m. Nigeria. Wow. You and I are celebrating Christmas dinners with our families and friends and our loved ones. Some people got the B-O-M-B. The bad guys got the B-O-M-B dropped on them in northwest Nigeria. But I want to read to you Donald Trump's post after the bomb was dropped. And then we're going to dissect and get deep into it. Was this a unilateral decision? Or was it a collaboration between the United States military and Nigerian military? We're going to get into it. I want to know what you think. So Donald Trump said, tonight at my direction as commander-in-chief, the U.S. launched a powerful and deadly strike against ISIS terrorist scum in northwest Nigeria, who have been targeting and viciously killing primarily innocent Christians at levels, hold on one second, at levels not seen for many years. Whether that's true or not, I don't agree with it, but that's Donald Trump's words. And even centuries with a capital C and an exclamation mark. That's deep. Not true, but Trump said it. I have previously warned these terrorists that if they did not stop the slaughtering of Christians, there would be hell to pay. And tonight there was. The Department of War executed numerous perfect strikes, as only the United States is capable of doing under my leadership. Our country will not allow radical Islamic terrorism to prosper. You see, that one I agree with. May God bless our military and Merry Christmas to all, including the dead terrorists, of which there will be many more if their slaughter of Christians continues. That's from Donald J. Trump. So my opening question to you is this. When you hear US military involvement in Nigeria, what is your first reaction? And secondly, do you believe Nigeria benefits from negotiating with these bad guys or military force? What do you guys think? Aren't we tired? Haven't we tried the diplomatic negotiation angle? Haven't we tried the amnesty angle where our leaders reached out to these bad actors and said, turn in your weapon and keep your lives? Haven't we tried that? How did that work out? There's even a rumor, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not, that there was a bombing somewhere on Christmas Day in Borno, Maiduguri, northeastern Nigeria. Is it northwest? Yes, northwest Nigeria. It wasn't confirmed though, although there are reports online that it happened. So we've taken that pathway of amnesty. How has that worked out for Nigerians? And now that we are using military force, if you don't know my history, I was in the US Army for 3 years, so I know a thing or two about the US military. Here's one thing that I questioned, though. I didn't know that ISIS was in Nigeria. Did you guys know that? I knew that we have a Boko Haram, we have some homegrown bad actors. I'm not going to use the T word anymore today. I'm going to say bad actors, BAs. I know that we have BAs in northern Nigeria, middle belt of Nigeria, but I didn't know that we had ISIS. Did you guys know that? And also, yes, so Donald Trump made the announcement Christmas Day. The guy doesn't sleep. So we showed this wasn't a drone strike. It wasn't a Hellfire missile drone strike from, let's say, the Reaper drone or even the C-130 gunship. I think this was launched from a platform. Most likely it was launched from an aircraft carrier somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know. Did the United States finally deploy naval aircraft carriers? Because that's usually when you know that. And I want to give you guys a tip. Observe naval movements. When you know that the US military is about to strike a nation, it usually starts with naval movements. Where are they positioning the aircraft carriers? Because this was a platform launch. A cruise missile. I don't think it was Hellfire. And maybe eventually Trump is going to release some unclassified aerial footage of the strike, like he's been doing with what's happening in Venezuela with the boat strikes. I'm pretty sure sometime, knowing Trump, who he is, that he's going to release the unclassified footage of these strikes in Sokoto. So for people who might, and that's why I posed that first question. It's like when you hear of military involvement, what is your first reaction? Just know that this wasn't a unilateral strike. This was a collaboration between the Nigerian government and the United States government. Everybody wants there to be peace. Nobody wants Nigeria to be a haven, a safe haven for terrorism. Do you guys want that? Don't you know that that drives away investment dollars and investors? That's part of what is keeping, I'll probably say the majority of what is keeping Nigerians away from home. Fear is number one. These people, these bad actors have stroked fear, not just to Nigerians on ground in the country, but also Nigerians in the diaspora, stroked with fear, unable to return home. It wasn't unilateral. It was a coordinated military effort. And if you know the US, like I know the US, you see, this campaign has officially started. You see, Trump promised this campaign, what was it not in November? If you don't know, the CIA is currently on the ground right now in Nigeria. The United States Special Forces are currently on ground right now in Nigeria, working with Nigerian security forces. The Green Berets are on ground. SEAL Team 6 is probably there. Are we going to have realize that majority of the assaults is going to be done by Nigerian special forces on a 1-to-10 ratio. So for every one US special force soldier, there will be 10 Nigerian special force soldier. And I saw online, some people are saying, we should have been warned before the attack. Okay. So I'm going to go and assault a bunch of bad actors, and I'm going to tell them that I'm coming. That's some sentiment online. Like the United States is assaulting Nigerian, dropping bombs on Nigerian terrorist camp, well, bad actor camps. So I even saw one person said that we are just recklessly dropping bombs. There's no such thing as These are precision munitions. More than likely, these bad actors have been watched. They've been watched. The US just doesn't go and just start striking. You have targeters out there, US targeters. You see, once they put you on that kill list, it's no longer a capture situation, it's a kill situation. So you have an analyst sitting there on their desk on Christmas Day. They are typing, trying to analyze you, your picture. They're looking at it with an X on it. This is a good thing for Nigeria. Going into 2026, Nigerians all over the world and on ground should be grateful. Let's remove the US from it. Let's just focus on Nigerian military. The Nigerian military have finally taken a bold step to partner and ask for help. And now that the US has struck, you heard Netanyahu the other day, was it yesterday, got online and called out Nigeria. See, now Israel is in the picture. Everybody wants Nigeria to win. Everybody wants Nigeria to be a safe place. Okay, so Donald Trump announced the strike. And then people are saying, why didn't President Tinubu beat Donald Trump to the announcements? Does it matter? Does it matter who announced it first? What matters is some bad actors didn't see December 26th. You and I did. And the Nigerian government officials who are versed in this operation, they came. See, President Tinubu doesn't have to sit there and play the social media game like Trump. He doesn't have to. He has a team, he has security officials in his cabinet. They confirmed that this wasn't a unilateral strike by the United States of America. This was a joint military task force. Let me tell you, December 26, 2025 is officially the beginning of the end. So long as the US and Nigeria remain partners in eradicating these organizations from Nigeria. You see, if I were a bad actor today, I would drop my arms. You see, it's not business as usual anymore. Up until yesterday, it was business as usual. Starting today, it is not business as usual anymore from these bad actors and also the supporters of these bad actors. It's officially the beginning of the end. Because now the hunter is now the hunted. These guys don't have to sit with you and chase you through the forest. That's how they did things in the 90s. Now it's satellite and technology. They can watch your pattern of life, watch your pattern of movement. They're still going to have assets on the ground, though. Don't get me wrong. There's still going to be assets on the ground in Nigeria. But the majority of these strikes are going to be aerial strikes from either the C-130 gunship or it's just going to be the drone reaper dropping hellfire missiles from 45,000 feet in the air. Guess what? The operators are somewhere sitting down in an office, somewhere in the United States, sitting down, deploying hellfire aerial strikes from drones, 45,000 feet in the air, above northeastern, northwest, northern Nigeria, places like Sokoto. So, what do you guys think? Do you think it's about time that we start taking military action? By we, I'm not, guys, you see me, I'm not up for civilians who getting involved. I know Nigeria has a bunch of vigilantes going around now with arms. You see me, I'm not for that because those ones are not trained. They don't know what they're doing. Something like this takes intelligence. It takes aerial mapping. It takes technology. It takes satellites. That's how we're going to be able to flush these people out. So I'm not for civilians picking up arms or for what do you call it? Vigilantes with their little rifles and one bullet inside and their machetes. You're not going to you're not going to deal with Nigerian bad actors with automatic rifles. You're outgunned with your little machetes and cutlasses and one bullet in one gun and one gun. It's not going to happen. That's not going to be how you beat them. As a Nigerian abroad, guys, to me, this is all about Nigeria's security. And remember, too, America also has strategic interest in Nigeria as well. Because contrary to what most might think, Nigeria is the glue of the African continent. contrary to what most might think, Nigeria is the glue. Nigeria can't afford to fall. If Nigeria falls, the entire African continent goes down with it. Nigeria is a strategic country in the African continent. Join me in welcoming this partnership. It didn't have to get here. Think about it. For the US to be involved and US allies to be involved in this strike with Nigeria, just know that Nigerian governments have thrown up their arms in the air and said, you know what, we can't do this alone. We need your help. What wrong is that? If it means the utter destruction of bad actors causing all these atrocities in Nigeria. No more talking. See, Elvis said it's a little less conversation, a little more action. We're done with the talking. We're done with the amnesties. We're done with the lay down your arms. We're done. It's eraser time now. Let's just start erasing. Me, I'm for that. Because there's nothing investors like myself hate more than instability. The number one driver of instability is criminality. Okay, so we look at what? How many states do we have in the country? 36 states in Nigeria, 50% of them right now. And what can I say? Uninvestable. 50% of Nigerian states right now uninvestable. Why is that? Because of this. Because of these bad actors. You can't plant a seed. And even when you plant a seed, you can't harvest. They are there, causing problems. Now, Trump said Christians were being killed the likes of anything we've seen in the past century with a capital C. See, that's a stretch. You gotta know that Donald Trump, let me tell you, before Donald Trump became a president, he was a television producer first. What is the one thing that drives TV ratings? Is it not drama? So he's going to dramatize the tweets or the truths because it's posted on Truth Social. Anything it takes to rile up his base. You see, me personally, at the end of the day, I don't care if Donald Trump's truth posts are over dramatized or under dramatized. I care about the utter elimination of bad actors in Nigeria. We are not going to be able to get rid of all of them, but we will get rid of most of them. We will get rid of enough of them so we can open up the Nigerian economy. Look, in the United States, in the continental United States, 48 states in the continental United States, and then you add Hawaii, and then you add US territories like Puerto Rico, and then you add Alaska. 100% of America's states are fully functional. Incubators for investments, incubators for tourism. That is how a nation grows. What is stopping 100% of Nigeria's 36 states from becoming like US? 36 states? Only half is economically viable. You see where I'm going. You see where that potential, Nigeria's potential is. Honestly, I don't even think Nigeria as a country utilizes more than 5% of its full capabilities as a country. It's underdeveloped still in 2025, 4 days to the new year. What a way to end Christmas. What a way to go into 2026 with confidence. I told you guys this before. I did not vote for Donald. I voted for Kamala. But man, I like what Donald Trump is doing. I may not like the man, but I like his actions in Niger. Donald Trump is giving people confidence. How many years is Nigeria now? 65 years. We got our independence, what, in 1960? 65 years of independence. Look, Donald Trump may not be able to solve the issue because it's not as if he's going to be the president of the United States forever. He's got 3 more years, but man, I'm telling you, that 3 years is a long time. That's plenty. So when I see clerics, Nigerian clerics, talking about US should pull out, US should not be US should not be getting involved militarily in Nigeria. Let Nigeria partner with China instead. And yeah, what other country did they say? France or some other countries like that. And let's tackle terrorism. Listen, if Nigeria was confident in those other countries, they will partner with them instead and not the United States. Clap for Donald. You don't have to agree with his sentiments. It's all this stuff that he's saying. The only thing, okay. So yeah, I read to you what he said. The only thing out of that truth post that I believe and that I agree with is the strike. The numbers that he's talking about. You remember that Maiduguri strike that happened today? That rumored Maiduguri strike that happened yesterday. Is northern Nigeria not mostly Muslims and people of the Islamic faith? So these people are striking. These bad actors are striking without. They don't discriminate. You can just imagine them. They were sitting there eating rice and stew. Christmas Day strike. So let's take a break today. So okay, no, forget it. So we struck this morning in Maiduguri. I'm talking about the rumored bomb that went off in Maiduguri, and then they were just sitting there in their bush celebrating. Well, maybe they don't celebrate Christmas. I don't know those guys, those bad actors. But let's just say they were. And that cruise missile came in just like that. No December 26th for them. And more is coming. It be like saying I don't understand Donald Trump. Eh? This wasn't a statement strike. Like, okay, we're just going to do it once to scare you. This is a long-term military campaign. And for those of you who might be thinking that this is US's way of invading, the United States of America is not invading. There's no upside. They're helping. And this morning, I woke up to an email from the US State Department. They updated that their travel advisory. So if you are a foreigner right now, a tourist right now, that's Nigeria. Okay, so 4 more days. That December is still going on. It's going to be a banger on December 20 on 31st. Just watch your surroundings, your situation. You just kind of pay attention a little bit more. Avoid crowded places. See, these guys now are targeting churches and pray and mosques. Can you imagine? Marketplaces. And December 31st in Nigeria is largely, especially in the southern parts of Nigeria, they're largely Christians. And December 31st is when most people go to church and usher in the new year in church. I mean, is December 31st or is it Christmas Eve? Those places, I'm not saying don't go and worship, but those places are prone to targets, guys. You don't honestly have to physically. I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just saying you don't have to physically go into a building. For those of you who are Christians and you worship Jesus and you worship God and stuff like that, do you know that you can actually do that in the confines of your home, in the safety of your home? Maybe you get on your knees and you have New Year's goals, New Year resolution. When I was a kid growing up in Nigeria, we used to do that. They would take us and go and do night vigil in the church, dancing and singing. You can do that at home. Turn on your music at home and dance with your family and friends. Nigeria is stable. Nigeria is safe. It's just some parts that are a little bit sensitive, like the northern parts of Nigeria. But I'm not trying to stroke fear. You can still go to church if you want to. But just be warned that these places are mostly targeted areas just because of the density of the people there. And that is what, see, fear is always like, man, that's where it starts. They'll prey on your fear and prey on your fear and prey on your fear and keep you away from your day to day. So, with that said, I am for the strike. I am for the partnership. That's what it is, guys. The US can't just unilaterally start dropping bombs like that inside a sovereign nation, unless, I mean, so what's happening in Venezuela right now, guys? Remember, those are happening in international waters. International waters is 12 nautical miles away from the shores of any country. So 12 nautical miles away from, let's say, from any US shore is considered international waters. The US can strike in those grounds. But it's not as if they are going and striking inside Venezuela right now. They can't do it. That would be technically an act of war. The only way that can happen, remember when they struck UBL, Osama bin Laden, it wasn't as if they partnered with Pakistan to do it. Because they went in, they knew that their guy, they were willing to risk it all. So in Nigeria's situation, that happened simply because the Nigerian government welcomed the US military into the fold. They are brainstorming together. Is that not a beautiful thing? How can we? Because I'm telling you guys, nobody wants Nigeria to win more than President Bola Tinubu. And if this is what it takes for it to happen, so be it. It should be a welcomed action by Nigerians all over the world. US boots are not on the ground. The United States is not going to lead an assault in Nigerian bad actor camps. We're not going to lead it. Nigerians will be the ones that will lead it, but the US might support in a strategic way, maybe with military support, as far as like ammunition, as far as like weaponry, drones, satellite surveillance. I'm telling you, if you are a bad actor watching this, your days are numbered because the wrong country is now involved. This is going to be China. The US is now involved. I can't wait to see more, but please, Donald, don't stop. Only stop the strikes once they're all gone. Laja, welcome back, brother. 31st is Cross River overnight. You mean a night vigil over there? 24 M346 fighter jets will arrive in Nigeria next year, worth 1.5 billion pounds. So Nigeria ordered that, and then Nigerian pilots are flying those jets. Is that what you're saying? Okay, good. Good. Good for them. I know that Nigerian Air Force guys, very instrumental in foiling what happened in Burkina Faso. So is it Burkina Faso? Yeah, it wasn't Burkina Faso that Tinubu. Yes, but no, sorry, Benin Republic. Instrumental in helping to foil that stuff. So Nigerian Air Force is more than capable. So I'm glad to see that fighter jets are arriving in the country. I just don't see the upside. Larger, are these guys doing this from an ideological standpoint? Is it as if they want like Sharia law? Like, what do you really think is their motivation here? Do they want like sweeping Sharia law across northern Nigeria? Is that the problem? And if that's the case, my question to them is then why attack Muslims? If your ideology is based on Sharia law across the land, then why are you attacking your own people? So it can't be about ideology. Then if it's not about ideology, then why? What else is causing these bad actor atrocities? Are they trying to start a Muslim caliphate? You know that that's not going to happen. You look at Al Qaeda, is largely, they just have like cells now. They are not as organized as before. Because here's what the US is doing. Look, this is why I say that it's a bad day for bad actors across Nigeria right now. You see, Nigeria is not playing defense anymore. Nigeria is playing offense now. You see, prior to 9/11, GWAT, the global war on terrorism, prior to 9/11, the United States was relatively defensive. Something happens and then they'll go. Man, but now they are hunters now. December 26, 2025 is the first day that Nigeria is now playing offense. With the help of the US, Israel now don't enter the picture with Netanyahu. So I can guarantee you Mossad is probably in Nigeria right now in partnership with the CIA and Nigeria's what is Nigeria's version of the CIA and Mossad? Do we have intelligence strike force like the Mossad and the CIA? Do we have a version of that in Nigeria? I know DSS is not it because DSS's role is, besides presidential protection, maybe a little bit of counterterrorism. What else does DSS do? Does Nigeria have a version of Mossad and CIA? Man, you win with offense. We are not playing anymore. And I think most Nigerians support this. So they got, Laja said they got 3 this week, 3 jets this week. Active Dodger. Man, we missed you yesterday you should have been yesterday, man, in the live podcast with kids. It was fun, man. It was fun. It was fun. We literally just put the camera outside. I sent you guys the picture. And we just had a conversation. It was fun. It was fun. She really enjoyed it. She can't wait to do it again. Nigerian Armed Forces can eradicate the bad actors, but there is no political will to do so. In order to circumvent any internal rift, the government greenlit the US to carry out the strike. Isn't it NSA? Okay, he said the NSA. So what I'm assuming Nigerian security. Okay. All right. I know it's one thing for you to have intention. But honestly, I just don't think that it's not as if Nigerian military don't have the equipment to deal with this. They don't have the technology, really. So then, politically, what is the upside of allowing criminality to go unchecked in a country? There's no political upside, in my humble, honest opinion. What's the political upside? Do you gain more votes with people killing each other? Because here's the thing. When you have these criminalities, it affects the economy. And when the economy is in turmoil, jobs are in turmoil. And what is the one thing that really drives votes when you look at the US political system is jobs, 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 jobs. Jobs and cutting taxes is what gets people to the polls. And guess what the number one killer of jobs is? Insecurity. So I don't understand how it could benefit anybody politically to continue to allow criminality in a country. I don't understand it. So let's say they win. It's what's happening in Somalia right now, that Somalia doesn't have a government. I know that there's an eastern country right now that does not have a functioning government. When you don't have a functioning government, you are essentially a failed state. Have you ever heard of the saying, it's easier for you to stay in shape than for you to get in shape? For those who work out like me, it's easier for you to stay in shape than for you to get in shape. Those failed states without a functioning government, it's probably going to take them a generation. It's going to probably take them 20 years to recover. Probably going to take them 20 years, if not more, to recover. So I don't see the upside, the political upside in unrest. I see a political upside in safety. I see a political upside in peace. I see a political upside in a growing uh, country. If I were a politician, that's let me tell you, I know that this is actually I had a different show that I wanted to do today, but because of this, I pushed that show back to Monday, and I wanted to talk about this today. So it's about Nigerian government pardoning criminals, death row inmates, violent criminals, somebody on death. I believe in recreate. Okay, it's not even as if he commuted their sentence. It was a full pardon. You see, in the death row system in the United States, I know Joe Biden did his own. He commuted some of the people's sentences from death row and committed them to life imprisonment. So they're not going to get the needle. They're not going to get the electric chair. You see, US has pretty much abolished the firing squad. We don't have that here. Maybe one state out of 51 has still does the firing squad. But Joe Biden came in and he commuted the sentences of a lot of people on death row. But guess what? Those people will never see the free sun. They will die in prison. But Nigeria is pardoning people on death row. Full pardon, meaning you can walk across the street and grab akara. We're gonna flesh on that on Monday's episode. But that's not a way to draw investors into the country when you're going around pardoning inmates like that. Do you know how hard it is to be a death row inmate? It means you've murdered and murdered. You've killed without any sort of what is the word I'm looking for? When you are sorry for something. That's how you end up on death row. But we're going to save that for Monday's topic. Because if I get into it in this topic, then what am I going to talk about on Monday? Unless something happens over the weekend, and then I have to push that one back. But man, the Christmas Day strike, no sweet una. When I saw that, I wasn't expecting it. Guys, in military, there's this thing called the element of surprise. See, these guys, most of these guys that are picking up arms and doing all this craziness, I'm probably telling you that most of them don't even know what they're doing. They don't even know why. And that's the one that kills me the most. It's not as if, you see, Afghanistan during the Russian invasion. See, that's why I'm telling you that. And in Nigerian invasion can't work. Because as much as people love the United States of America, most people hate invaders. That is why I'm telling you guys, an invasion, there's no upside for the US to invade Nigeria. The Russians fought the Afghanis for 10 years because the Russians invaded Afghanistan. Remember too, back then the US supported Afghanistan too. Those guys were defending their homeland. You see, that's an ideology. So if you're a bad actor in northern Nigeria, tell me your ideology now. Is it invasion? Are you going to say that Tinubu invaded your country? I mean, what is the ideology? I don't get it. And so you go and then you are living in the bush That's the part that kills me the most, that I just can't wrap my head around. What kind of life is that? What kind of life is that? Where you wake up every day in the bush, you go to bed in the bush. You have been haunted. Not only are you being haunted by security forces, remember, you also have to deal with the other bad actors too. Because I'm telling you guys, they are fighting amongst each other. That's usually how it works. If you look at what happened, what in any organized criminal, in organized crime, if you guys like follow the mob, aren't those mobsters always fighting each other? Same with this whole cult thing that you guys are doing in Nigeria. You have cults in this one school fighting another cult in another school, and then the law enforcement is fighting them. So these criminals have to worry about each other. Remember, there's a saying that there's no honor among thieves. It's much easier for you to get a job. Is it not much easier for you to be a law-abiding citizen than a criminal? Unless a nation is being invaded. You see, that one, me, I will support Nigeria to say, okay, let's push out the invaders. But the US is there to help. Put it this way, active. If Nigeria did not need the US's help, they would not have asked. And the bombs that were dropped were US bombs, not Nigerian bombs. No, Nigeria doesn't make bombs anyway. So maybe they bought bombs from the US. But I'm telling you, that launch pad, does that launch pad look like a Nigerian launch pad? That launch pad is a US property. Aircraft carrier somewhere is where they launched it. But man, I hope they continue the campaign. You see, when the enemy is running away, it's not when you stop, it's when you actually go full force. You see, running away doesn't free you from getting it, if you know what I'm saying. Throwing up your arms in the air does not. Let me tell you, you are a combatant. I don't want to hear that one. You are a combatant. Unless you literally fall on my feet, you got to go. Take no prisoners. Maybe we'll capture one or two, interrogate. Maybe we capture one or two, interrogate them. Man, I don't feel sorry for these guys though. I don't like them. I don't care for them because I don't support their ideology if they have one. Maybe we catch one or two. Do enhance it. Oh, I think me are crazy, Sha. Do you know why I don't like it? Because of what they've done to families. Somebody is at a mosque praying. You go and blow up the mosque. Somebody is at a church praying. Something as pure as you in a church praying. Somebody comes and blows up the church. And then they're getting hellfire missile dropped on them. And you are talking about the Nigeria should not be mingling with American military. Are you crazy? If you are a Nigerian and you are not in support of the, remember, guys, it's a partnership. This doesn't happen without Nigeria signing off. Man, once that pen hits that, once that signature comes off that pen, meaning, remember, Bola Tinubu, the president, is nothing happens without him knowing. Tinubu probably called Trump and said, man, DT, water pass Gary. Oh. What you get? DT talks, are you ready? Trump talks, Tinubu talks, I beg, anything. DT talks, okay, so now you're talking. And then they begin rain fire. Man, if you are a bad actor, stop. If you listen, December 26th, if you're a bad actor today in Nigeria, walk into a police station right now and give them your arms. There's only one outcome for them. Hell. Because Nigerians are tired of being killed, of being maimed. I'm not even talking about, I'm not going to put a religion on it saying Christians or Muslims. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to call with Nigerians. Enough is enough. It's over for you. It's not going to stop, man. If you think that the United States and Nigeria are going to stop this campaign, you are ill-advised. You can run, but you can't hide. You are done for. We want peace. Man, I went to Kano once when I was 14 or 15 or 16. Man, I took a bus from Ikeja all the way to Kano State. Me, where you see me, this is also. No problem. I can't try it today. Everybody wants to fly. Those who can afford to fly are flying. And then those who can't afford to fly, they have to take night bus or public or road transportation from one end of the country to the other end of the country are easy targets for these guys. So they gotta go. Anybody that's against this campaign, to me, is in support of the bad actors. Especially anybody that's publicly against this campaign, to me, you are in support of them. You may not love it, but publicly support it. Because it's going to benefit everybody when we have a clean, safer, there's a reason I said safer. A clean, safer nation for all. And if you don't want to be a part of this Nigeria, leave. Is it by force? Must you stay in a country that you can't help grow? Must you stay in a country that you don't believe in? You see, by force. You don't have to. Bad actors. If you don't believe in Nigeria like I believe in, if you don't love Nigeria like I love Nigeria, leave. It's not that hard to leave. Just pack up. Go Niger. Go Chad. Go Mali. Go Burkina Faso. They are waiting for you. Go there. All those Sahel regions that are causing all these problems, just go there. You don't have to be in Nigeria. Anybody that is against this campaign, Trump Tinubu campaign, against bad actors, leave now. Are people not leaving the US? Those who are against Trump, most people, it's not everybody that likes him. You have some celebrities right now that can afford to. They are leaving the country. Some of them are going. Are they not coming back to America? Ellen DeGeneres that left the US, is she not back? Rosie O'Donnell that left, is she not back? Go and see what life is like in these other countries. You will bow down and kiss the ground, Nigerian ground. Maybe that is what maybe that is what the Nigerian government should maybe offer them. Oh yeah. Anybody we don't like Nigeria, come. We have a train leaving. We have a plane leaving. Wherever you want to go, we'll finance it. If you don't like Nigeria, leave. Instead of forcing and trying to change people's minds, just carry your wahala now. Go Niger. Go and see how they welcome you there, since you can't sit there and help grow and develop and build the country. If you don't leave, you collect. By way of Hellfire missiles, by way of 30 mics, by way of 105 mics coming from C-130 gunships. This is just getting... This is just getting started. You are playing. He said, now that, oh my goodness, now that Nigeria has the backing, man, if you're a Nigerian military personnel watching this, I see how you feel, because I've been there. Just when you have that support, oh, isn't there? Okay, NSA, I'm not sure about NSA. Active Dodger said, Rich said over, Elijah, they reports me. Rich said Sade is overrated. Who is Sister Sade? Hey, you see, Active Dodger, I don't even know who Sade is. My point exactly. Sister Sade not be Sister Sade where they sell akara. We are talking about Sade the singer. I went on record in yesterday's podcast and I said that Sade is not a top 50 singer of all time. And me, I'm as pro Niger as Niger. I'm as pro Niger as they come. But they sent me something. I have people in Nigeria right now just sending me pictures, man. I'm as pro Niger as they come. But like I said in yesterday's podcast, Sade, the singer that sang Smooth Operator that I grew up on, she's not a top 100. Maybe she's a top 100, but she's not top 50 of all time. Because she doesn't have the resume. Let's look at how many albums Sade dropped. Let's ask ChatGPT. How many albums did singer Sade release? I'm asking ChatGPT. Singer Sade released 6 studio albums from 1984 to 2010. Okay. This count refers to studio albums. She has compilation and live releases. These are all great albums. I don't know, like some of my favorite songs, like Smooth Operator. I don't know what album, Soldier of Love. I really enjoyed that. I mean, she has a decent body of work. So forgive me. But I still don't think she's top 50 singers of all time. So she has not released an album in 15 years. So since 2010. She hasn't released an album. Prior to that, she dropped in a, how many years is that? In a 15-year period, she dropped 6 albums. Great singer. I'm just saying she's not one of my top 50. I disagree with him. She's amazing. I'm not saying she's not a good singer. I'm not saying she's not amazing. She's not in the top 50 of singers of all time. Shadi. Okay, good point. Good point. Overrated. Well, I don't know. Did I say she was overrated or underrated? I never said she was overrated or underrated. I'm just saying she's not a top 50 singer. The body of work is just not there for me. Okay, how many albums did Mariah Carey release? How many albums has Mariah Carey released? Let's see. See how many albums Mariah released. ChatGPT this slow today. You guys know what's going on with ChatGPT. Mariah has released 15 studio albums compared to Sade's 6. So Mariah has 9 more albums than Sade. Sade released her first in 84. Mariah released her first in 1990. The last album she released was Caution in 2018. I don't know about that one. I didn't hear about that one. The last Mariah album that I bought was The Emancipation of Mimi in 2005. Okay. So all total, 15 studio albums. You see, she's a legend. I'm not saying Sade is not a legend. Sade is a legend in a very small niche circle. You see, Sade has a niche. When I was a kid, my mom used to vibe to Smooth. I mean, that was a thing. Sade has a niche in the Nigerian community, in the diaspora Nigerian community. But beyond that, walk right now, pull 10, for those abroad, poll 10 people abroad and ask them how many have heard of Sade. And then the same 10, ask them how many have heard of Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston and Celine Dion. You see, that is how you determine who is top 50, top 3, top 5, top 10. Not saying Sade is not a singer. She's got classics. I'll probably put Sade up there with like Anita Baker. Soul singers, they have a very nice niche. If Sade comes and has a residency in Las Vegas right now, which you should probably think about it, man. Because man, Vegas is giving away residencies. Boys to Men has been in Vegas now for over 10 years. They make more money in Vegas residencies than they did in their entire studio album life. Boys to Men. Lionel Richie was also here. Adele was here. Britney Spears has a residency here. Who do you call it? Lady Gaga has a residency in Vegas. A lot of those singers, Vegas is where they come to make their money. And with Lady Gaga's case, she just has like a calendar, a certain time. Because I used to work in the casinos. I worked for Caesars Entertainment and I worked for SLS, and I was in nightlife, in marketing. So I got to touch and deal with most of these people. This is where they come to get their checks. They'll come in, flying on a Friday, do a show Friday, Saturday, return, make millions for the 2 days that they're here. Well, anyway, guys, it's an hour and 10 minutes. Hey, listen, do you guys support the military partnership collaboration between the US and Nigeria in eradicating bad actors? Or do you think that Nigeria could have done it without the United States' help? As a Nigerian, where do you stand? I want to know what you think about this. You already know where I stand. I mean, I want more of it. Are there going to be collateral damage? Let's be honest. Of course, and that's the sad part about it. Some innocent people are going to die. Unfortunately. And you know, these guys are not like they don't wear uniforms. They are insurgents, so they can blend easily with the populace. That's why they are very hard to track. It's not as if Nigerian military is not trying. You see, you can't kill somebody that comes. You see, let me tell you, these insurgents, they will come out, they will shoot a barrage of bullets. And once they drop their gun, they are now civilians. Did you know that? That is why it's hard for Nigerian military forces over the years to really be able to clamp down and crack them down. But they always say too, and I'm going to end with this, when you have a wasp problem, I've been stung by a wasp before. I mean, you don't want that. I was like 11 years old in Texas. Shoulder, stung by a wasp. So they always say, when I was in the military, when you have a wasp problem, you don't just kill the wasp. You have to find the nest and destroy the nest. Otherwise, you are playing whack-a-mole. You just whack one, but the nest is still there. So I hope that with the intervention and the support of the US military, that they are able to not only whack the wasps, but also destroy their nests. But unfortunately, there will be some collateral damage, some innocent people, because these people are maybe they'll just live within the populace or they'll surround themselves and use the law-abiding residents of their community as human shields, unfortunately. But hopefully, I see the lights though at the end of the tunnel, guys. I do see the light at the end of the tunnel. And my message to you guys before I go, for those anti-Nigerians, those that are tearing our passports and stomping on our currency, you know who you are. Leave. If Nigeria is not for you, not almost, not be by force, leave. Go and see how elsewhere works out for you if you're anti-Nigeria. But for those, on the flip side of that, for those who are pro-Nigerian, like me, like your boy, Nigeria needs you more than you know. Don't believe everything you see in the media. Go home and carve your own pathway. Go home and see how you could be a part of the solution. There's a bright light at the end of the tunnel. Anyway, that's what I'm going to end with that. I have more to say, but I'm going to end with that because what I want to start talking about right now is actually going to bleed into a topic that I have written down that I want to cover. The Nigeria state of mind. As a matter of fact, let me share that topic with you guys. It's going to be next week podcast. The Nigeria state of mind. Squalor of behaviors versus discipline of behaviors. That one next week. Tune in. Have a wonderful weekend, guys. I'll catch you on the live on Monday. I'm going to be posting some clips over the weekends, but I'm coming back on live on Monday at 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, US, 3 p.m. New York, 2 p.m. in Texas, 8 p.m. in the United Kingdom, 9 p.m. in Nigeria, December 19th. Tune in for the next live podcast. And be sure to visit Mberiket.com. Check us out on Amazon. Mberiket.com/Amazon to take you to our store where you can find Nigerian products from consumer goods to food, spices, crayfish, suya spice, only from Borno State. This same Borno State that 4.8 star ratings in Mberiket suya spice, $12 for 4 ounces. Available on Amazon. Just search Mberiket on Amazon. Straight from the source. Our Mberiket crayfish, 4.2 star rating on Amazon. 12 ounce, no, an ounce for $12. Pick some up. Every purchase helps to create jobs back home. Man, it felt good yesterday, no, Christmas Eve, when I sent my team some money in Nigeria. Because we are exporting Nigerian products, selling it here in the United States. We're creating jobs. We're improving lives in our own little way. Just keep in mind, every purchase helps to support smallholder farmers in Nigeria. Every purchase of Mberiket product helps to create jobs in Nigeria. So visit our shop on Amazon and pick whatever you want to pick. We don't have a lot inventory on it. We don't carry a lot of SKUs. At one point, though, we had almost 50 SKUs, and we're cutting down the SKUs right now to focus on our top sellers. Get your chewing stick, get your Nigerian beads, get your, obviously, your crayfish or suya like gari we have. And also, in addition to shopping in Mberiket on Amazon, also like, share, and comment. If you absolutely love our platform, consider subscribing. We are right now at 19,100 and something subscribers. I know we can do 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So watch our content, push them out, subscribe. Tell people to subscribe, tell people to watch the live shows. I mean, whatever. That's what we do. All right, guys. Hey, Active, have a wonderful weekend. Laja, you as well. And to everybody watching from all over the world, it's Rich and Bearcat. Talk to you guys later. All the best.